Hi folks, welcome to today's Sunday Catechism, and we're going to look at something that I wonder if we reflect on it very much, but to me it's absolutely beautiful. And I've spent the past few days looking at the ugliness that seems so prevalent in much of evangelicalism, especially as I've been watching things going on in the US. It's just been so profoundly depressing. And it's just good to come to this theology, which is so lovely. And it's question 34. What is adoption? Adoption is an act of God's free grace by which we become God's sons with the right to all their privileges. What is adoption? Adoption is an act of God's free grace by which we become God's sons with the right to all their privileges. The old version has about we received into the number and have the right to all the privileges, but I think this is so important. Now, one of the problems that we have is with the word adoption. So I don't think we realise what a lovely thing adoption is. I mean, people would say, well, I'm a natural born son. That's better than being adopted. But being adopted means you've been chosen to come into that family. And I know people who are involved with adoptions, and, sometimes a child who's been left on their own, a child who's been left without parents, a child maybe who's in a care home and suddenly they get adopted. It's a wonderful, often, not always, but often it's a wonderful and a beautiful thing. So the verses that are given are, let me just get my Bible, 1 John 3:1, see what great love the Father has lavished on us, that we should be called children of God. And that is what we are. The reason the world does not know us is that it did not know him. We weren't born children of God. John chapter 1, we're given the right to become children of God. And it's great love that's been lavished on us. A religion that's a works religion says, well, we have the right to become because of how we behave. But this is saying, no, God's just adopted us. He's brought us in. The second one is John chapter 1, verse 12. As many as received him, to them he gave the power to become the children of God or the sons of God, to those who believe on his name. In receiving Christ, in believing in Christ, we become the children of God. And then the third one is, of course, Romans 8:17. And if we are children, then we are heirs, heirs of God, co-heirs with Christ. If we suffer with him, then that we may also be glorified with him. And again, this aspect of we are co-heirs with Christ. Christ has been promised the world. Christ has been, Christ goes into glory and so on. And we are co-heirs with Christ. We share in his kingdom and in his future glory. So this is the biblical situation, that before we become Christians, we're enemies of God. We're only children of God in a very generic sense, and that we're made in the image of God. But we need to become children of God in this sense. And so God adopts us. And he adopts us, and we believe in Jesus. And as we believe in Jesus, we become sons and daughters of God, but also co-heirs with Christ. You may be feeling a bit down today, and there may be many things that cause you to be distressed. But can there be anything more beautiful than that? Such is the love he lavished on us, that he's adopted us. I'm adopted. I am so thankful for this teaching and this doctrine of adoption. I think it's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing. And the Lord is so generous, he's going to adopt many, many more. And I think it's something we offer out to people. Would you like to be an adopted child of God? So God bless you, and see you next week. Bye.
Oh